Just working on it. I'm not really sure what is going on because it keeps telling me that I don't have the right authorization token, which is weird. So I might not actually have chat on because I'll have to just figure that out later. But let's just try. We can just chat. I can put on music. You've got music right now. We're gonna figure it out, or we'll just turn it off. Okay, I'm gonna try one last thing. This happens to everybody. Thank you! I do appreciate that. It just makes me feel bad when things don't work the way I want them. What? I used to have tea. I'm not. What the heck? I already logged in. This is getting really frustrating. But hopefully this will work. Come on, be nice. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a better day. It's like a step away for a weekend and everything goes wrong. But at least my bot should be back up. So apparently it was not up. I'm confused. Maybe Windows had an update and things went screwy. Who knows? That happens too. No. Hello. It was because of an update. That's pity. Anyway, I will let you guys see me in a moment. Just trying to get this to work. I don't know why it's not even showing me. Okay, there. Thank you. Please work with me. Frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna try this one more time. I have to give it one more shot. Let's see, I think it will be... It should be this one. Thank you for your cooperation, technology. Yeah, no. Are you working? Loading, it's thinking. Why is the internet so slow today? Anyway. You guys can see me now. As I try and work on this. This music is a bop. I've got more music too. There's this one. If it's too loud, let me know. It should be okay though. It is not this one, but it's working now. So I should be able to get the chat back up. It's just a little slow. time to chill. Yeah. Takes a moment. Come on. I know you're working now. It doesn't want to work today. Okay, that is not it. So I hit the wrong one. I have so many, it's hard to keep track. Stream Elements is kind of weird to use. There must be an easier thing that I could use, but I just need to get used to it. It is a slight annoyance though. On the plus side, my tea will stay warm. Okay, there, that's the right one. We can change the color. Come on, open. Thank you. Okay, I had it on white for gaming streams, but here it needs to be black. Okay. And let's save that. Okay. Now I just need to get the URL. Because it's weird like that. Okay. We got this fixed. I just need to plug it in. Alright. It should be good now. Somebody type something. I just want to see that it works. Yay! Now people can see it, except that it's not really the right size, but it's fine. We'll just put it in the middle. Size or not, it's readable. That's what matters. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be once a month at the end of every month. Sorry. Yeah, once a month at the end of every month, I'm just gonna go over like all the books that I read or am reading. Why was that? Okay. And books, I said that. Movies, shows, if I feel like I have something to say. And basically, yeah, and we'll talk about reading. I wanted to incorporate the whole library thing a little more, and I have made it my goal to read a lot more regularly, and thankfully, I have read every single day this month, which hasn't happened in way too long. Because the last few years, well, with everything going on, was very stressful, and it was hard to pick up a book. But I actually read more in 2020 than I thought I did. Because I was looking through my Goodreads and was like, oh, I read more than I thought. But last year I only read like 2 books, which was really sad. But anyway, for this month, I finally finished Lyrial because I had started it sometime like in April or something of last year. And it had just been sitting on my bedside table for forever. But yeah, so I finally finished Illyrio by Garth Nix, which is the third book of that series. Second book of that series, sorry. Second book of that series, so it was the middle book. It was kind of slow. It was okay, but it was a little boring. I guess that's why I set it aside. But I finally finished it. It did get better. And the end was good. And I have finished the third book, which was better than Lyriel. Because it was more actiony, more exciting, just overall. It was basically the conclusion book, so you know, that tends to have more action. And yeah, so I finished those two, and I started the fourth book, which is actually a prequel to this series. The Abortion series is what people tend to call it, but it's also Keys to the Old Kingdom. But yeah, so I'm finishing that series off, so I'm on Clariel right now, which is the fourth book, and it's a prequel to get to the fifth book, which directly continues after Abortion, basically. So that's kind of funny, but there is a reason I found out. I did look up a little bit about these books just because sometimes, you know, I like to read reviews. So I did realize the connection between the book I'm reading now and the final. So yeah, they do connect, but really, it seems pretty loosely. The fourth one so far is, it's okay. I'm not gonna say it's horrible, because, you know, I'm still reading it. I know that a lot of people gave it bad reviews. A lot of people didn't like it. Because I guess people were like, why does this exist? But so far, you know, she doesn't annoy me as much as other people. The main character of this book doesn't annoy me so far. We'll see how long that lasts, but I believe there are 5 right now. I don't think there's going to be a 6th, but I'm not sure. But there shouldn't be more than that. I don't know if I'll continue reading if there's more than that, because I don't know how much further this series could go. But yeah, it's about necromancy, which is kind of cool because, you know, I never read about necromancers before. I love fantasy, but that was not... I don't usually read necromancers. So, I mean, it's neat in that way. The magic is cool. Because they use bells for magic. But yeah. So, I'm gonna finish that series. That's my plan for February. I'm also gonna go back to my Murderbot series that I was reading. That's by Martha Wells, and it's really cool. I need to finish. Usually they're portrayed as villains, so not much books about them. Yeah, so I guess that's what drew me to it. But then I'll go back to Murderbot, which is a sci-fi, as you can tell. I mean, it's about a robot, but it's called Murderbot, but you end up loving Murderbot. It's not actually a Murderbot. Like, you know if you read it. They just think they are. But I guess they might be, they might not be. It's fun though. It's from a perspective of a robot, and it's really well written. After that, I think I want to read Iwata's essays, which is the Ask Iwata book. I guess they're not really essays, but they're like his interviews or something. So that could be interesting. And yeah, so that's my current plans. Really want to read that sometime too. I know, because he doesn't love Iwata. It's words and wisdom from Satoru Iwata. So, yeah, I'm glad I have it, and I need to read it. But yeah, so that's basically my plans for February. So beyond that, I guess we'll think about that when the time comes. We do another one of these next month. I'll know more what I want to read. But I'm just really happy that I'm sticking to my goal. And I wanted to talk about that. Like, part of why I'm doing this is for the accountability. If I tell you guys I'm reading, then I have to read. And I have to keep it up. And I can't just be like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I just want to be able to keep it up. So yeah. And then I watched quite a few movies this month. It motivates you. Nice strategy. Oh, before we get into movies, we're still talking about books. I don't like Goodreads. Let's talk about that. I stopped using Goodreads a few years ago. I think around the time that Amazon bought Goodreads. And I don't know, I had already gotten tired of it beforehand too. But then it became so much more of a social network or social media that it just didn't appeal to me anymore. You know, you'd have the same kind of problems as other social media, and I didn't want people like judging me for what I read. It just felt like that. So, I don't like Goodreads that much. I just checked out Storygraph, but I didn't get much time to play around with it yet. But I like that it's less social media and more of an actual place to get recommendations and put in what you wrote, what you read, sorry. And I like how they do their reviews afterwards. If you don't know what to write, because I'm not the greatest review writer, they just have like questions and you just answer those questions. And they're like really simple questions. So, that'll work better for me. I kind of need a prompt if I'm gonna write anything about something. Well, I mean, about reviewing something. I need to follow, like, guideline. I can't just write a review. I'm bad at reviews. I acknowledge this about myself. So yeah, I'm gonna try Storygraph and see what I think. That'll be fun. But yeah, this isn't gonna be a book club because, well, that would be really hard over stream. And I'm not gonna do it over Discord because, well, I never, like, I love the idea of book clubs. They sound great. But I'm a mood reader, so I just, like, pick up what I'm feeling like I want to read. And I can't just stick to a book. Like, even in school, it was hard doing, required reading. I did it. But I don't have to like it. And book clubs is like that, so yeah, I'm never gonna actually have a book club. But I do like just talking about books and talking about whatever people are reading and seeing if I should read. I like to read what other people like to read, obviously. Sometimes they're not going to be the same because, everybody has different tastes, but yeah. I just like to work with a more organized structure than just putting everything out on the blue on paper. It makes more sense to have structure. Yeah. I tried to write a few game reviews before. Those were pretty hard to write, but I followed a structure. So it wasn't like that bad because I knew I had to just talk about graphics, gameplay, that. But the various aspects of a book, you don't really break it down that way. So, I mean, you can talk characters and plot, but it's not really the same. It's a little harder with books, I feel. Like, it was easier to write about games than it was to write about books. Which seems weird, but maybe that's just me. But anyway, so did you guys read anything? If you want to share. If you don't, that's fine. You just read Chronicles of Narnia. Cool. I actually have not. I read Lord of the Rings, though. That was a long read. But I'm glad I read it. Here's some people here can read. Hi, Nick. You're reading Sherlock Holmes. I know this for a fact. But I'm sorry that, I didn't get to listen to much, but it's cool that you're reading. Reading a lot of C.S. Lewis lately. Cool. Well, I've seen the books, and so I know the stories, but I've just never picked up C.S. Lewis to read. I guess, I wasn't that interested, to be honest. I mean, I get their classics. Oh, yay! Skyward! I want to get the third book. You never watched the movies, too. Oh. It was kind of funny. I watched a couple versions. There was the movie versions that came out in, what was it, 2000s sometime? And those were good. I liked them. My friend had a problem with them because she was like, there's no blood. I was like, but they're PG. So that's kind of funny. But I also saw one that was from the early 90s, I think. That one was kind of weird. I got it because you mentioned them on Twitter. Yay! I hope you're liking it. I know that there was a cliffhanger at the end of the second book, and I was like, I have to wait. And then the book came out, and I completely missed that it came out, the third book, because it came out at Thanksgiving, and I wasn't, like, watching, so I didn't know until earlier this month, or last, I don't know, time is... I'm not, like, all there with time right now. It's been fun. I'm about halfway through the first book. Okay, cool. Been reading through Darth Plagueis. Oh, I think I've heard of that. That looks funny. That's, Star Wars, right? But it's like... Wasn't that a parody or something? Or am I thinking of something else? Reread The Hobbit as well. Cool. You know, that's the funny thing. I read all 3 Lord of the Rings books, but I still haven't read The Hobbit. It's on my list of I want to read, so maybe that'll happen this year. Oh, Plagueis is a prequel to the prequel movies. Okay, cool. But there were like so many Star Wars books, and there's like comedy Star Wars, because they're not actual Star Wars. Like, they had those Shakespeare Star Wars. Those are funny. I saw them in the store, like, all the time, and now I don't see them. But, yeah. They had them. It was like, the Empire doth strike back. Just fun. You read The Hobbit after Lord of the Rings too. Cool. I don't think it matters the order with that. I also have the Thrawn and Tarkin books. I've never read any Star Wars books, but then again, there are so many. That's probably why. I also have not read any, like, Dragonlance books or any other D&D book. Because I just look at the size of those and I'm like, I don't know where to start. I also had Galaxy of Terror, which is like Star Wars Goosebumps. That sounds fun. You like mystery, suspense, and terror. I like fantasy, sci-fi. I mean, that's pretty evident. Comedy, though I don't read a ton of comedy, but I do like it. And I also like contemporaries, but it depends on the subject, and historical fiction as well. Again, depends on the time period and whether it interests me. Similar taste to you. Yeah. It's pretty common, I think, but yeah. Also, the Dune and Shannara books. I need to read Dune. I'm just a little... not scared of it, but intimidated, that's the word. Fantasy is my number one too. I'm not very familiar with sci-fi, but I like sci-fi movies. My favorite sci-fi is a comedy. That's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Love Hitchhiker's Guide. I also love British comedy, so doing it is a pretty big undertaking. It's a dense book. Yeah, it is. But I mean, I did Lord of the Rings, and that was pretty dense as well, so I'm sure I will. I just don't know if it'll happen this year. Kind of just want to ease my way back into reading with easier stuff, but yeah. If you like British comedy and fantasy, and try Discworld. I really want to read Discworld. There are also so many books, and it can be hard to tell where to start. So, but I do want to. And I know you don't have to read them all, but if I like it, I want to try to read them all. But that's like 30 books, at least. I think it's around, maybe it's longer. But they're also not super long, so it could be possible over time. Hard to know where to start with Discworld because there's so many, but generally there's several series and the whole series, so you start with the first of those. Right, and I have heard that because there's like one about a witch or something. We're focusing on a witch, and then there's like ones focusing on a policeman? I'm not sure. I might be off, but I think that's what I've heard. But yeah. Okay, The Witches, The Watch, Rincewind, The Wizard, Death, and a few others. Yeah, so I got Witches, I got The Watch, which is like police. Maybe not police, but, you know, guardsmen or something. They are all in different genres. Oh. I didn't realize they were different genres. I really have to read Discworld. I've watched a bit of the animated movie about the witches and enjoyed it. Is the witches part? Like, which movie are we talking about? There's the movie called The Witches. Is that what is based on Discworld? Because I didn't think that was related. But I haven't watched it, so I've just seen like trailers. The Watch is more about crime and mystery than while Rincewind is fantasy comedy, which is also a lot of fun. I don't think I've read a fantasy comedy. I may have, but I'm not remembering right now. But I've definitely watched, because I loved 10th Kingdom and I loved Princess Bride, and those are fantasy comedies. Oh, Weird Sisters? Okay, cool. Also never watched. It's a lot of stuff I haven't watched, but we can get into what I have watched, at least for this month. So it's a really good live-action adaptation of Hogfather. Cool, I'll have to look for it. And how's the music, by the way? Like, can you guys hear the music? Is it alright? shows me that you guys are hearing. I just hope it's not, like, too loud. You can let me know. Yeah, so we can move on to movies. I finally got to watch Hilda and the Troll King. Hilda is a show, if you don't know. It's on Netflix. It's super cute, super wholesome. You have to have watched the Hilda show before you watch Hilda and the Troll King, because it's directly off the finale of season 2. But it was a good movie. I was pretty happy with it. But it also felt like the end. Like this was the movie to end the entire series. But then I heard whisperings of a season 3, so I guess it's not the end. But it definitely felt like an end. I've heard of Hilda but never watched it. Well, I highly recommend. It's got a lot of charm. So what? That's a cool emote. And then I also watched Wolfwalkers, which I'm very happy I got to watch. It was really good. Like, I thought it would be good because it's the same makers of they want to make more money out of the series. Well, yeah, Hilda is very popular, but yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I would enjoy more. But yeah, so I was on Wolfwalkers, made by the same studio who did Song by the Sea, so I knew that, like, you know, I felt that it would be good. I don't mind that as long as the new products are fun and good. Exactly. Just like, I don't mind more Atelier games because they're all cozy and pretty. And there are other series too that I don't mind. Yeah, if they can keep up the quality, I'm all for it. Yeah. So, Wolfwalkers was very well done. Like, the animation, top notch, I would say. And it was just a great story. It was a good time. It's about this girl and her dad, I guess. Yeah, and there's, like, you know, a strife between her and her dad because of, you know, be a hunter, but then she doesn't want to be a hunter and she can't. She doesn't want to hurt animals. And then she becomes a wolf walker, which means that she becomes a wolf when she sleeps. And the rest you'd have to watch to find out, because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, it was really good. Kirby rarely changes, but you don't really want it to. Except I'm really excited for this new change. I mean, I think we're all excited for this new change. It'll be really cool to check that out. I'm definitely going to play it, but I've said that before. Amazing movie. Yes, it was. And then I wanted to talk about this movie even though I didn't actually watch it this month. But it was so good, I can't not talk about it. And I watched it at the end of December, because that's when it came out. I think you guys can take a guess. But, I love the old Kirby games like Robobot, but I'm excited for the new game and how different it looks. Yes. I loved Robobot. That was great. But anyway, ignoring all the warnings from all my friends, I finally watched Star Wars Episode 9 and wanted to see it with your own eyes. Oh, and what did you think? That whole trilogy was pretty much a mess, but what did you think? I do not think it was terrible, but it sure is weird. Yeah, I didn't think it was like the worst thing ever. Like a lot of people were acting like it was. But yeah. It was weird. But then it was always going to be weird because of how disconnected the story was. So I think they had a really hard job and they did the best they could have done, I guess. You're an episode 8 defender. I hate 9. Well, that's fair too. There were a lot of people who loved 8. Found 7 alright. Actually liked 8 and didn't really enjoy 9 too much. That seems to be most of what people felt. Seems to be in line with the overall consensus. But yeah, so I watched this movie at end of December and it's Encanto. That was kind of obvious because I said it came out around then. Encanto was brilliant. I loved it. It felt like a return to form. I didn't expect much going into watching it, but then it became like one of my favorites. Really scared to say that I liked 8 though. I'm more comfortable to say it here though. Well, I mean, this is an open place. You can say what we like and no judgment. Should have given, I say that within reason. You guys know that. Should have given Rian Johnson a whole trilogy. Maybe. I'm not sure what he would have done though. The thing is, they tried to do something very out of the ordinary with 8, but then there was backlash and they tried to undo it in 9. Something like that. Wasn't a fan of 8's subvert expectations things, but that's just me. Yeah. There were parts of it that were weird. Overall, I didn't hate it. I don't think I hated any of them. But I thought 7 was the strongest. I just didn't like the direction after 7 because I really wanted Finn to be so much bigger than he was. Haven't seen Encanto yet, but I know everyone loves it. Yeah, it's so good. Encanto made me cry at the end. I did not expect what it was gonna be. And then at the end, I took it in. And I just cried. I didn't cry immediately. It was when I started thinking about it, that's when I cried. But yeah. So it definitely impacted me. For we don't talk about Bruno. Yes. That song got really popular. And the other two movies that I did see this month were both movies that I'd seen already. So I don't really know what to say about them, except, well, they were fun to rewatch. I guess, it was Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, which, that's good for a rewatch. Wallace and Gromit is always good for a rewatch. Talking about Wallace and Gromit, I did watch a new one just yesterday, which was a Christmas special that I had missed. So it was Wallace and Gromit, The Flight Before Christmas. That's what it was called. It was cute. It was only a half hour. So it was just a little special, but it was fun. There's not a whole lot you can say about Wallace and Gromit. It's just Wallace and Gromit. Never heard of that one. I found it on Netflix. Because that seems to be the home for Wallace and Gromit now. Oh, was that Shaun the Sheep? It has all the characters, so... maybe. It's all the same characters, though. I wanted to watch all the Wallace and Gromit sometime. Yeah, they're fun. I like them a lot. They're good. Even if you've seen them already. That there were just 4 episodes filmed, so I'm happy if there's more. It could have been Shaun the Sheep, because there's quite a bit of Shaun the Sheep, but yeah. And I guess the focus was on the sheeps. But, it's all good fun. You didn't watch Coco yet. Coco was great. I enjoyed that one too. I saw Soul when it came out, and it was good, but it was not as good as I expected it to be. Like, I think I overhyped myself for it because I loved Inside Out, and then Soul was kind of a letdown from that. I'm gonna try to watch Coco and Encanto both this week. Wow, nice. You'll enjoy them, hopefully. I know I do. I know, like, a lot of people do. So I hope you do too. And the other rewatch that I had this month was Your Name, which I wouldn't have chosen to rewatch that movie just because I liked Weathering with You more. Both of them are kind of weird, I admit, but I think Weathering with You is the better movie. But yeah, I don't know what movies I'll watch this month. I really want to watch Dune, but I have no way to actually access it, so that's kind of a bummer. I don't have HBO Max, so I have no way to watch Dune unless it's on Blu-ray. I should probably check, but yeah. I might hold off till the second movie comes out, though, because then I won't have to wait so long. Because I know they're, like, directly related, and I think people said that the first movie came to a cliffhanger, and that's like, well, I mean, when Lord of the Rings came out, the second movie did that too, and I watched all of those in theaters, so there was always a large gap. But if I don't have to have a large gap, I don't want a large gap. loved Your Name last time I saw it. It's good. I'm just more into Weathering with You. That's all. Not Doom. Dune. Funny thing is, I actually did see a little bit of the Doom movie. It was on TV once, and I just saw this one little clip in the area that, like, they were in this hallway or something. And then there's one guy who's like, I'm not supposed to die yet. And then he dies. That's what I remember of that movie. It was kind of funny. And then they had like the first person view, like the game, and it was really weird. That's alright, and I'm happy to hear that you liked it too. Really have to watch Weathering sometime. There's quite a few anime movies I want to watch. I just haven't gotten around to them or figured out where to watch them. Well, I know you can rent on YouTube. I just don't prefer renting. Was it the Doom movie with The Rock? Yes, it was. Did you see that? That was so odd. This guy was just running and screaming. He's like, I'm not supposed to die yet. And then he dies. But it's just the way that he said it. It was like, this isn't on the script. Except that it was. I've seen a few clips of it and it was so odd. It was. Like, that's literally the only scene I saw and it stuck out. It's like, this must be a terrible movie. Which I think it was, but yeah. It'd probably be good to make fun of. And for shows, I saw this one show on Netflix that was like, it took the concept of Lego Masters. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's where people do like crazy things with Legos and have like earthquakes and stuff on their Lego creations to see if they survive. So it was kind of like that, but with baking. It was called Baking Impossible. The editing was terrible. Like, whoever was editing it, it was awful editing. But it was kind of fun just to see the creations. I prefer to buy things physically rather than rent them too. Yeah. That's how I am. But I don't want to buy things digitally. Like, for movies, I'd rather have, like, a Blu-ray. I'd be impressed if somebody could bake a Lego set. Well, they weren't baking Legos, but it was called Baking Impossible, and it was, like, mixing baking with engineering. So they had, like, non-edible parts, but the vast majority of it had to be edible, except not, because they didn't actually do that. Like, I don't get it. I guess it just had to be like food items. Hey, Pet Elf! How are you? We're doing okay today. I'm almost done with my tea. They're just chatting. I wanted to watch the last 3 seasons of The Mentalist, but apparently it's not available in your country. Aw. I've never seen that. But again, there's a lot of shows that I have not seen. You bake something with the majority non-edible parts, you already failed. Well, I mean, the actual baked item was edible. That would be weird if it wasn't. Well, we were talking books. Now we're kind of moved on to movies and shows. But all about books that I was saying was that I read Lyrial and Abortion by Garth Nix this month. And I'm working on the 4th book of that series, which is actually a prequel. So yeah, and I talked a little about what books I want to read next. And people said what they were reading, so that was fun. So if you're reading anything, feel free to share. I'm just finishing my tea. It's kind of gotten cold. I didn't use my thermos today, so it's just in a mug. So it was gonna get cold, but that's okay. We started earlier than this, but I had a bit of scuff going on. We figured it out, though. So, yeah, the other show I was watching is Boba Fett. I finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I've heard a lot about that book. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. That's good. Talking about books made me realize how much I used to read. Well, that's part of why I'm doing this. I want to challenge you. Because I challenged myself. My challenge to myself that I have succeeded every day this month. I read half hour a day. That is my minimum. Sometimes I do more than that. But yeah. Half hour a day. It doesn't have to be all at once. Like you can do 10 minutes 3 times a day or 5 minutes 6 times a day, depending on what you're reading, obviously. I've been doing it all at once, but you know. But if you can get that half hour a day, you'll be reading and you will finish things. I used to practically live at the library. I know. Also, I was just disappointed in myself for not, hardly reading last year. I really wanted to change that, and I've already changed it, because I've already read 2 books. That's pretty good. I'm not the fastest reader. But yeah. So if you just stick to that, and if it's something that you want to do, you can do it. It's actually not that hard. I've seen videos about Boba Fett, but haven't been able to watch it as I don't have Disney Plus. Oh yeah, well, yeah, not everyone has Disney Plus. I wish they released the shows on Blu-ray. That would be nice. I wish they did too. I feel like I need to tackle new shows too. I've waited too long for authors I know. I should try new things. I've always enjoyed, discovering new authors. That was something that I loved to do. I used to hang out at the library when I was younger. So I spent a lot of time at the library. And I would just discover and read books that I never thought that I would read. And some of them I loved. So yeah. I have the same goal as you. I think I stopped reading due to depression. Well, for me, it was depression, I think, and anxiety, and just, worrying about so many things. Had a lot to worry about, so. My resolution this year is to take up my interest again and start reading again. Cat Who Saved Books is a short book, but super good and wholesome. Yeah, I've seen those books. I never had access to a good library, so I never had that experience. Aw, sorry. I wish everyone had access to a good library. But I still kind of do that now, even though I don't actually go to the library anymore. I do use the online library because my library has ebooks and audiobooks. So there's the online database or catalog. So sometimes I will just scroll, and I've randomly tried books that way as well. So yeah. They were mostly graphic novels though, because I didn't have the focus to read much else. That was in 2020. 2020 I read quite a bit of graphic novels. But yeah. They were cute kids graphic novels, but hey. I needed it at that time. But yeah, so I'm just watching Boba Fett. I was actually bored by the first few episodes. It's a slow-paced show. But last episode, I was not bored. I didn't fall asleep. I mean, I only fell asleep because I was tired. Not that the show put me to sleep, but I struggle sometimes with slow-paced shows because I just, need it to keep my interest. I guess what Boba Fett needed was to be the Mandalorian. I guess so. No. But I'm sure it's gonna be fun this week's episode. How many episodes they released so far? I think we're on 5. Yeah, 5. It was pretty much Mando season 3. Kinda, yeah, it was. I really enjoyed that last episode. I don't like the waiting, to be honest. The waiting, yeah, it's kind of weird to have that on streaming. I get why they do it, but it is a little annoying. Coruscant's interesting for sure. I wonder what the next show that Disney Plus is doing. I can't remember right now. Which is the next one to come out, I mean. Also, I'm still waiting on the next Dragon Prince season. That has been taking forever. Oh, the music stopped. Right, it was only a 40-minute thing. Sorry. I can restart it. Or just go to another playlist. It's safe. It's still the same person, so. My browser can't play it. Why not? Okay, well, music is coming, I promise. I've been rewatching the Clone Wars show, and it has some stuff that relates to Mandalorian and Boba. Oh, you know, I need to watch the Clone Wars. That is on my list. Definitely want to watch Clone Wars this year. Because I've heard so many people talk about it. And that it's good. And I like Star Wars, so definitely a movie, a show that I should watch. My internet is super slow right now. I'm not sure why. It's just acting up. Okay, well, there. We have music. Okay, music is back. But yeah, so I just wanted to have this cozy monthly chat. And I hope you guys liked it. Because it's something I want to do. I don't have the background that I want for these, but I will. I need to commission it still. I envision that the background will be like my cozy library room. Because I'm supposed to be a librarian, that's my whole lore. So I want to watch Clone Wars, but I get intimidated by starting shows with a lot of episodes. Oh, I hear you. I do too. If it has more than like 26 episodes, or if it's like more than 3 seasons, and they're like an hour each episode, it's kind of intimidating. Because then you realize that's a lot of time. But yeah, I still want to watch it. I should watch it all before watching The Mandalorian. Cool. I really liked that show too. So far I'm liking the Star Wars shows. I'm excited for Andor. That's what it's called. That one looks good. I'm curious about Ahsoka and her show. You know, I put Sailor Moon in my watch list on Hulu. And I look at it, and I'm like, do I really want to? It is so long. It's super intimidating. I've also watched a bit of classic Doctor Who that has hundreds of episodes. I saw a little bit of Doctor Who because my friend was really into it back in the day. So I saw it with the 4th Doctor. But only a couple of episodes. They were fun though. I think I saw the special as well. There's like a Christmas special. That was interesting. But I think all I can remember from that is the Daleks. I don't really remember the plot. Thankfully, some of them have been animated. Oh, that's cool. Animated Doctor Who. I'll have to see what that looks like. Yeah, I think I said pretty much all I had to say, so... I'm not sure what else to say right now. That's the problem with just chatting. Like I come and it's like, okay, I'm gonna share this and say this, and then it's like, oh right, we forgot to talk about games. Thanks. And I put that in the title too. I saw The Pirate Planet that was written by the same Douglas Adams? Really? That's cool. Yeah, so some off-stream games I've been playing. You might have noticed if you have me on Discord or are in the server. I've been playing a lot of Guild Wars 2. It is my comfort game. I will probably always be playing it off and on, but I've really gotten back into it now because I was trying to get something in the game. It didn't happen. I only have today to try and get it. So we'll see. It probably won't happen. But I did get another cute item yesterday. I got a mini German Shepherd in the game, which was actually really easy to do. You just had to play the event that's going on right now. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It's fun. Guild Wars 2 feels like it's been going on for half my life. Yeah. I like it because like you don't have to spend money, but also the more you get into it, the more you kind of want to. But, you know, I'm not going to, other than the expansion. I will get the expansions, but yeah. Cosmetic stuff, I'll try to get them. If I don't, then that's okay too. I'm fine. You gotta be careful. But it is a very fair MMO for like not buying things. And that's why I've stuck to it and not other MMOs. I would love to play Final Fantasy XIV just because it is beautiful, but I don't have the money for it. So, it's fine. And then I've been playing Zwei, which is a JRPG. It's another action RPG. We've been playing a lot of those here on stream as well. And yeah, I really like it. I got stuck at a boss, but then I got myself unstuck. I beat the boss, and I'm just kind of grinding right now because I can't survive the next area. It's a little tricky. It's harder than I thought it would be. So I gotta grind a bit. So I want to play it more, but also I get tired of grinding. Also, yesterday, I wasn't feeling... Not yesterday. It was Saturday? I think it was Saturday. I wasn't feeling too well, so I popped in Shining Pearl, and I was like, I don't have the new Pokemon, but I can still play a Pokemon. Because I hadn't made any progress in Shining Pearl since I last streamed it. So, I played a little bit of it. I got myself a Magikarp. And then I set it aside. And then I didn't play anything after that, I think. But I'm playing a few things at once. Shin Megami Tensei 5. I want to get to that too. Legends Arceus. That's awesome. I want to play it. I want to try it. I'm not even the biggest Pokemon fan. But Legends looks good. I still have a whole backlog to clear. There's just not enough time. I feel that. Been feeling pretty bad lately too, but again, I'm really happy and glad that you've been feeling better. Yeah, I am feeling better. I'm just a little tired. I did not sleep well. So I'm on very little sleep right now, actually. I didn't order a copy yet. I was gonna pick it up at the store, but that hasn't happened yet. But I'm glad it arrived. That's good. You got SMT3, but I'm scared to play it because everyone says it's hard. Yeah, I know, I got it. But then everybody was saying how difficult it was, so I'm like, maybe later. But I have it, so it's like, it's gonna happen eventually. Legends Arceus is pretty different from mainline games. Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of it. But I haven't spoiled myself, which is good. The HD version has easier difficulty options. Oh, for SMT3. Right. I think I heard that too. Thanks, Starvoid. I hope so. I might stream it when I do get it. But we'll see. My copy of Arceus also came with this figurine for the new Trolls movie. I'm still pretty confused. That would be confusing. I would be very confused. That would be pretty random. Playing SMT5 on casual because it's your first mainline. My first mainline SMT game was SMT4. And I got stuck at Medusa. Which is an early boss. So that's kind of sad. But I loved it up till then. I want to go back to it. You know, pop it in my 3DS. Do some grinding and hopefully take on Medusa. But yeah, Alice games are just hard. Like, I'm pretty far in Etrian Odyssey 1 Untold. I still haven't beaten it. I haven't beaten any of the Etrian Odysseys because, you know, they get hard. But I leave them and then I come back to them when I don't mind grinding. And then I read up on the strategies and I focus on those strategies. And then I'm able to get through whatever was my wall before. I was trying to play some Dota 2. My friends like it. I play with them sometimes, but I really wanted the new skin of one of the characters, which is the version from the Netflix anime, but I'm not very good at it. Aww. Well, I hope you get it. Yeah, I play Guild Wars 2 regularly because I play with my real life friends. And that's been a lot of fun. It's been nice to have that. It's good times. Just like 2.5 hours once a week. Hey Asa. How are you sneaking in at work? How's work? Stream is gonna be pretty short today because, Yeah, well, again, we said everything I wanted to say, so yeah. Nice and quiet. That's good. Always nice to have a quiet work day. We're just having a cozy time. One of my friends is living in Germany, so we don't play a whole lot because time zones. Aw. Yeah, that's a bummer. I was also playing another game with another friend, but they've been super busy that we haven't played in months, but we were playing Stardew Valley, which is actually quite a bit of fun in co-op. So I would love to do that again, but they've been so busy. Can I get that? Yeah, at least you can play occasionally. And that's kind of what my situation with that friend has been, so I should check in with them, see if that can happen this week or not, but yeah. I'm too scared and nervous to play any MMOs due to social anxiety, and I'm really happy to hear you've enjoyed playing with friends and stuff. Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, it doesn't have to be an MMO. It can be, you know, stuff like Mario Kart, or Mario Kart is against each other, but, you know, you could be on a team in Splatoon, or just hang out on an island in Animal Crossing. I mean, anything, really. Anything that you can connect with a friend and play is a good time. That just happened to be the one game we had in common that we all could access, because, you know, sometimes that's an issue. Yeah. It's always really fun playing games with friends. Yeah, and like Mario parties. That was fun when we did that. I'm thinking of... I know Overcooked is online, but I haven't actually played that with friends. It's a really chaotic game anyway. I mean, Overcooked is fun, but it's very, very chaotic. It'd be cool if you could play a game like Atelier together with a friend. You know, that might be neat. Just, you know, chill time, collecting materials, making stuff. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end stream here. No, it's pretty short for a stream, but again, we've talked about everything. They should make a multiplayer Atelier where you both make items. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that'd be neat. I always feel like people would judge me or something for not playing like a super pro, but I'm kind of overcoming this fear because I want that skin. Look good. I mean, it's good to overcome fears. I am not that great at games. But yeah, I'm still gonna play them, even if I'm bad at them. Glad I was able to sneak in before it ended. We're glad you're here too. Yeah, so hopefully next time I'll be able to tell you about more books. And some non-series books, because I know it can be weird to talk about a series in the middle of a series. But yeah. You don't need to be pros, you need to have fun, that's all. Exactly. But yes, good luck on getting the skin. Should we see who we can raid? I feel like we should do that. Because we are early today. I'm gonna see who's actually streaming right now. Oh, there's another person doing it just chatting. I don't know what they're talking about, but there's a picture of spicy ramen. That's all I can tell. But I do like them quite a bit, so yeah, let's go say hi. We've rated them before. Thank you for the stream. Very comfy, very safe, awesome to hear, be heard, and all this with lots of respect. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to come in, Athagorn. It's been nice having you. Yes, ramen. Okay, let's set up this raid so that we can raid her. We're gonna see Katharina. I don't know if you guys remember her, but Katharina game. If this will work, I might have to do it manually because it's being poopy, but we will do it. Okay, I just gotta write her name right. Okay, so again, thanks for coming and thanks for hanging out and just chatting. And we'll be back in Trials of Mana on Wednesday. Thank you so much for the stream and everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great day too. And I don't have a raid call, so just, you know, Z-raid again. One of these days, I'll think of something. But yeah, go say hi to her. And see you later. Bye!